just starting a video here, and I hope that Marie is about to join us. Are you there, Marie? Yeah. I'm just going to invite you.
Hello.
Hi, hello, how are you?
I'm good. It's lovely to see you again. So
and you too. You too. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. For those of you that are new, this is my friend Marie, Vic, and I'm Miranda Ash, for those of you joining from Marie's side. Thanks for joining us. We just thought we would have a little chat about all things flowers and weddings. So, Marie, are you back at the chateau or are you elsewhere at the moment?
I'm back at Lalande. I arrived earlier this afternoon, and I've basically been quite hectic since I got here. So I've done a vlog today, and I went for a run with Natty, and now I'm here.
Oh my goodness, you haven't stopped, my friend. Wow. Well, for those for those people who are new to this, so Marie and I met, and maybe if you stop there, let me just add you again, Marie. I think we may have just a bad connection. You there?
Hi.
No worries.
Sorry.
So, no, don't worry. So Marie and I met last year when I went to visit Chateau de Lalande. Lalande is one of the chateaux in France featured on a British TV show, but that has now become really successful with a vlog called The Chateau Diaries. And Marie has been working there and setting up her own floristry studio. So we got the chance to meet at last. And I was just so inspired by what you're doing. So tell us your story, Marie. Tell us what you're doing at the moment and how you got to where you are.
Oh my gosh. Well, I will try to keep it not too long, but basically, when COVID hit, before COVID hit, I worked as an assistant manager in a boutique hotel in Suffolk, in Bury St Edmunds, and I was just working because I know hospitality very well, and I just needed some money because before that time I'd spent a year volunteering at Lalande, so I needed to save up some money, and just working as an assistant manager and enjoying that, and sort of thinking that, why did I go into hospitality again, and started to go into thoughts of, Marie, you have this floristry, training. I'm an educated florist, and I had a little break from that at this point. And when COVID hit and I was furloughed for 3 months, I all of this time to think about what I wanted, and I had secretly been wanting a little bit of time just to grow and explore the creative side that I had, and also with flowers. And I've always wanted to work with social media and try to get flowers into that sort of mix, and I didn't really know what I was doing back in March last year. I was just getting back with floristry, practicing a bit and taking photos of beautiful flowers, and after 3 months of doing that at home in Bury, I started following, and I started to see some potential, and basically from that everything just went up, and I started to grow a following. I have a really beautiful, amazing following, and I'm so grateful because yeah, I just get to connect with so many amazing people, and yeah, they have supported me and encouraged me to keep going. And I now create social media content on YouTube, and I also have a Patreon page where people can subscribe and get, you know, how-to videos of the floristry that I do in the studio. So yeah, that's sort of how I've sort of stumbled into this career with social media. And yeah, and now we're here. I've grown quite a lot the last year, and I went to Lalande because I didn't want to go back to my work, my assistant manager job in the boutique hotel. And at that point I was making maybe £500 per month. It was not much, but you know, I said, like, I can make this money and I'm doing what I love to do with flowers, just sharing it with everyone. And I thought, I will be okay. Like, I'm going to commit to this and I'm going to see what this takes me. And so I just quit my job, and then I went to France to stay with the Lalandes and be part of this community again, and to spend this time just growing and developing my platforms. And yeah, now I do it full time, so more than full time. And yeah, it couldn't be better. And I've started to prepare to do wedding floristry and other floral services as soon as I go back to the UK again, and which will be later this year. So yeah, it's a long story and complicated, but I'm very, very blessed. But it's just basically gone from this lower end to straight up. And yeah, now I just work with what I love to do, which is to communicate with other people, inspiring people, and just showcasing the beauty of flowers and how easy it is to find happiness and joy from such simple things in life. So yeah, that's basically what I do, and that's my story.
I love it. I love it. And it's so inspiring. I mean, you know, I followed you religiously on Instagram and Patreon and others, and your YouTube videos as well. And I think one of the things I've always loved about your approach is your approach to floristry. And I've learned, I'm not a flower person. I'm useless at flower arrangements, but I've learned from watching you combine what you've just found around you with other flowers. And yeah, I've loved it. So tell me more about your approach to flowers and floristry. What's your style, if there is one?
My style, well, I must say, it's very natural and hand-picked. So it's, I would say, what's quite trendy now amongst the young brides today. And obviously I'm quite young myself, so I'm lucky that I really prefer what brides prefer now. And I don't think it's a short trend that will pass. I think natural and more hand-picked looked design is going to stay. And we have had this boho chic, really wild and messy sort of look for quite some time. But I think also the more natural and simple, still quite, you know, lush yet, is still to stay here. And I think it just reflects me as a person, because I'm very simple. I love all things natural. I don't really care for anything really decorative and flamboyant and strong punchy colors. I like it really clean and simple. And I guess also my Scandinavian sort of ethnicity, you know, where I come from, also has something to do with that, because we all like it very white and clean and minimalistic where I'm from. So yeah, I guess it's a mix of what I prefer and where I'm from, that has made me end up with very natural looking floristry.
I love it. I love it. Every time I drive or walk around our local area, because we recently just moved to the Hampshire countryside, I think of you, because all the cowslips are out right now and they're all white and natural. And yeah,
I like floristry who that you like when you go outside and go for a walk and you see all these beautiful wildflowers just growing together. If I can create something that looks like you just walked past it, like on a little flower field, and it looks really handpicked and natural, like just taken from nature, that's sort of what I try to aim with as well. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And it fits so well with what a lot of couples are doing for weddings. Certainly around where I live, there are a lot of rustic barn type weddings, and that look and feel fits so well with that, because it feels like you've just walked out of the barn door and handpicked them. And it fits so beautifully. So tell me about your plans now as you start to think about doing weddings, because obviously I'm a wedding celebrant. We're kind of talking weddings a little bit. What are your plans as far as weddings go? I know you've got one coming up in July, haven't you? And what's kind of the look and feel?
Yeah, so I've got a wedding booked in July, and I really hope it goes ahead, but nothing, you know, certain these times with COVID and new restrictions coming and going. You just don't know. But the plans for me and myself is to stay at Lalande until end of July, and then I am due to go back to the UK, and I'm quite excited because
me too.
I felt ready, like mentally ready to take that step back and leave what's really sweet and comfortable and loving here. But I feel this this sort of connection to the UK, and I felt that when I was in London to pick up my car recently, and I realized how much I miss the culture and the way of living, and I'm so excited. So the plan is to go to England after that. I have family around Norfolk, so I will definitely look for somewhere close there to find a place where I can set up my studio, because I will be working from home. I will continue to do what I'm doing now, so there will be the YouTube videos and the Patreon work and Instagram, obviously. And yeah, so I'm looking for somewhere very rural, countryside, and yeah, hopefully. So there's no plans really secured yet, but I know I'm going, and I know I want to end up somewhere really lovely and idyllic, hopefully with a garden. So,
I love it. I love it. Yeah, and hopefully here, well, we'll see each other hopefully once you get over here, and I'd love to do a wedding with you. Who knows? One day.
I've got one car, I can travel.
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe it. So funny story, folks. Marie, when she bought her car recently, needed someone to test drive it. So I went and test drove it. Thank goodness it works.
It was amazing. I'm so grateful that you could do that, because they wouldn't sell me the car on Steam. So I was like, who do I know?
Yep, so we had fun. That was a crazy day because it was tipping down with rain, and I thought, well, actually, if it doesn't work in these conditions, this is a good time for me to test it out. But yeah. So the other thing that I've always been curious about, when you've done a lot of your work on social media and also on YouTube, which is social media, where do you get your sense of drive from? What kind of inspires you? Because I know you have a routine, I know you have things that you do that help fill your cup, so to speak. What are those things that help you to keep moving forward? Because I think all of us working in the industry right now have had such a tough 16 months or so, and a lot of us are looking for, well, what are the things that help us to keep moving forward and help inspire us and help us to feel happy?
Well, obviously I must say I'm incredibly blessed, because although I am aiming to be in the wedding floristry industry, I'm not depending on it as much as my colleagues, but I definitely want to go and do more weddings when I go to the UK. but if I would say anything, it's obviously the routines. Routines are so important in your life, and especially at home, working from home. And as you know, I've been a self-employed person for at least a year now, and you really need to take a look at your day and how you want to work and figure out what works best for you. And I work a lot. Like I don't work 9 to 5. I work whenever I have work to do. But I also find the balance to enjoy my life and spend time with the people I care about. And it's just learning by mistake. But is that something that's really inspired me to keep going and just not give up? Just, well, obviously I love what I do. I love it so much, and it just makes me happy to be able to work with flowers and create and just inspire other people. That's one thing, but also have the time now that we have been through a year of COVID. Lots of people had more time, and for me it's been so brilliant to take this time and educate myself within whatever I want to learn about. And if it's like another technique for bouquets, or if it's even Instagram, you know, anything that I need to know to make myself become better at what I do. It's, yeah, I'm a geek when it comes to this. So I love watching YouTube videos and just learning and trying to be better. So COVID for me, it's been amazing. Well, I'm really sorry to say so, but it's been an amazing opportunity for me to really look into my life and get my priorities straight and really come closer to my purpose, which is now to just do what I love and serve and try to make a difference with my passion. And yeah, so I hope that sort of makes sense.
It does, and I love that you're living your purpose. You know, I've run 2 businesses from home now for 11 years. So I think you're right about the routine part of it, but I also think that when you are living a life of purpose, it's not work, so to speak. It's a joy, because like you said, you're serving your purpose, and you're lifting yourself and lifting others in whatever way, shape or form. And I think the more that we can live that life of purpose, the better. And I think so many people have discovered that, like you, during COVID times. So yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and also to figure out your whys is really important, and that is connected to the purpose as well. You really need to know why you're doing what you're doing, and ask another why, you know, under your answer, so that you can really get into the depth of why you're doing what you're doing. And if you have a good answer, then you know you got something, I guess.
yeah, absolutely. So actually someone's just posted a question here which I thought I should ask you. So My Christmas Emporium in Weymouth has asked, what season of flowers do you love the most? Because they love Christmas garlands. What do you love?
Season type of flower, or was it just
season of flower? So, you know, is there a particular autumn, spring, winter?
Well, I think most of the people who follow me, they definitely know that it's spring.
Yeah.
And also I think it's just related to, it's my, you know, time of the year where it's my birthday in April, and I just love when everything comes to life. And one of my biggest weaknesses is peonies, obviously, but it's just because
me too.
So delicate and beautiful, scented, and you only have them for a very short time. So I'm always a little bit anxious at this time of the year, because I don't know if I'll have enough of them during this time. So yeah, peonies, definitely peonies.
I know what you mean. When we got married 17 years ago, I wanted to have peonies in my bouquet, and it was a July wedding, and it wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. I actually wanted to have at one point a completely peony bouquet of just pink and white peonies, and the florist looked at me and said, no, it's not going to happen. Not unless you've got a huge amount of money to budget on your flowers. Yeah. But I did have one in the end, and a whole load of other herbs and kind of lilac-y, creamy colours. Like I had a lot of lavender and rosemary and sage in the bouquet as well. So yeah, but I know what you mean.
Want to do like an early wedding anniversary at some time in like May.
I do.
Email bouquet for you.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. I'll have to plant the seed with Matt. Actually, that's a very good, interesting question. If and when you get married, what would your flowers be like?
Gosh, yeah, I don't really.
Just putting you on the spot there.
Sorry, well, obviously I don't have a partner, but so it's a bit weird. I guess as a girl, is that wrong to say? As a girl, we do think about our future weddings sometimes, and I love weddings, so I definitely thought about what to do. I did have a sort of period where I just wanted like greenery and just foliage. But I think I'm just too excited about flowers, so I think I would definitely have a few flowers in there. So a few of my favorite flowers, definitely. You never know. I think style and preference really changes.
Yeah,
in some time it still will be quite natural and wild, but definitely a few flowers in there as well. So yeah, we just don't know. It's no. The day that has to be decided, I guess.
It just changes. And I mean, I worked with a couple, well, actually, interestingly, a couple who I'm doing a wedding, my first wedding in 16 months in next weekend, and they've changed their mind on flowers a couple of times. Because they've had to, because they've not been able to work with a florist, and as they've changed date, and yeah, and they're thinking about their flowers, and actually everything to do with their wedding day has changed over the course of the last 18 months or so, understandably, but it's given them the chance to think about doing things differently in all aspects.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah,
it is a bit flexible, especially with the type of flowers. You can't actually not always get this specific flower, because you never know if it's going to be available or if it's going to be within a budget. So you just have to see what happens and take it as it comes, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Well, there's just so much scope when it comes to styling and decoration for a wedding or any event. I'm actually doing a wedding open day on Saturday at a really fantastic venue, which is right by the side of a river, beautiful river here in Hampshire, on the River Itchen, and it's in a converted barn with kind of camping pods, and also you can have your ceremony indoors or out. And indoors you have a blank canvas, you can decorate the barn however you like. Outdoors, it's just natural, so it's practically decorated already. It's on a platform right by the river with a beautiful willow tree overlooking it, and you just think you don't need to do anything. So
oh my gosh, I have to update on stories.
I will do. In fact, I'm doing a wedding there in July, and the color palette for it is very kind of natural, creams and whites, it's kind of sagey greens, so they're going with the environment around them, because that's what a rustic wedding totally lends itself to. So and that's kind of my favorite type of wedding too, probably a wedding look and feel. So yeah. Well, okay, I have another question, and this is a question
gosh.
So when I work with, it won't be a tough one, don't worry. When I work with clients as a celebrant, so we design completely bespoke ceremonies for people. It's not like you go and they pick their vows from a list, and it's completely impersonal. We design and write and deliver a ceremony that is 100% unique to them. And as part of that process, I always have a couple separately complete a quiz so I can get to know them individually and their story. And one of the questions on that quiz is, if you were a superhero, who would you be and why? So my question to you is that, if you were a superhero, who would you be and why?
Oh my gosh, that's so, you know, I love Marvel, anything Marvel, but I'm with names. So I won't be able to give you like a specific person. But I would definitely be someone who shares the light, you know, in the dark. It sounds really poetic, but I would be like, my superpower would be to heal people, because it's just so, it comes so close to, you know, where I come from and what, you know, I've experienced in my life. And I saw someone ask this question about what's the biggest scope I've, you know, had from my life. And I think to not give up, and to see the positive in things, and to know that everything will be okay. And that just mentality has really gone into me, and I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about sharing it with others, and I definitely think I would be the superhero who would just like, no, you'll be okay, and then they're happy, positive, and ready to take on the world again. So definitely superhero to heal someone, like a healer.
Yeah, I love that. And I'd probably be the same. And I'm awful with names as well, but I pretty much think we're the entire cast of Black Panther, probably, because they're very much about healing. So and a sense of joy, and positivity and optimism. And I think we all need that in the world. We all need that sense of light and joy and positivity to keep moving forward, which is why I think people that have that sense in them lend themselves really well to those kind of creative careers, because there is a sense of healing in that creativity and innovation, whether it's flowers or writing or whatever it is. So yeah, it's fantastic. Well, I think I'm not going to give you any other big questions and put you on the spot.
No, that's fun. That's
yeah.
Fun.
But I think, you know, for anyone who's watching and is in the UK and is thinking, what do I need to do for my wedding flowers next year? Keep an eye on Marie. Check out Marie on Instagram and her website, and you will see more. But you cannot fail but be inspired. So thank you so much for sharing your story today, my friend. I really appreciate it.
Of course, and it was so lovely to talk to you. I really hope we get to do a wedding or two or more in the future when I go back to the UK. Definitely go and meet up for some tea. For
sure. Oh yeah, definitely. And I really thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. I know you've got a premiere for the Chateau Diaries to get to, so thank you so much, and we'll be in touch. And thank you to everyone who's watching for joining us today. I hope you learned something new, and have a great day as well. Thanks so much. Lots of love. Bye bye.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, everyone.